If you live in Charlotte and surrounding areas, then you are probably familiar with Lake Norman. It is a popular North Carolina destination for people to live and visit. With over 500 miles of shoreline, the lake spans 4 counties and is known as the Inland Sea. What many people don't know is the history of this popular man-made lake. In the 1920s, Duke Energy began buying and acquiring land where they would dig and fill their massive lake. The lake's original purpose was to provide fresh water and flood control for the region. By the early 60s, they were ready to fill it up, and when they did, they left some things down there. When they began to fill the lake in 1963, it swallowed farms, buildings, and churches. The surface area of the lake is about 32,000 acres, around 25,000 football fields. They couldn't bulldoze and move everything that existed where the lake would be, so they just filled it up. To commemorate the 50th anniversary of the lake's creation, Davidson College archivists created a website to document the land and structures that were covered in 1963. Davidson archivist Jan Blodgett asked lake residents to share their images and stories and listed the historical sites and structures on an online interactive map. This list includes a textile mill and housing community that once stood on the north end of the lake, and Elmwood, a 200-year-old estate. One of these mapped places is the old 150 bridge, which now lies under the lake, close to where they constructed the new 150 bridge in Morrisville. People are drawn to the lake for its leisurely atmosphere and its recreation opportunities. You can enjoy a nice sunset boat ride or go out for some wakeboarding, fishing, or jet skiing. Something most people don't think about when they are enjoying all the lake has to offer is what lies beneath the waters. This is East Monbo Mill and Village, which was closed in 1961 due to the formation of the lake. It still sits where it always has. This is the Sandbar, a popular spot where people gather and tie up on the weekends. The closest mapped structure left under the water is the McConnell Plantation, a 2,640-acre farm which is now covered by the lake. What is most interesting about the Davidson Archives project are all of the cemeteries that are located on the map. For obvious reasons, every cemetery that existed where the lake was to be had to be moved. The graves were dug up and moved to higher ground. This is an old photo of Baker Cemetery, which was moved to the graveyard of the Center Presbyterian Church in Morrisville. When you think of all of the growth and development the lake has experienced in the last few decades, it is important to consider what was destroyed in order to create. I can't help but wonder what else lies beneath the lake.